Okay, I'm going to try and embed this in the website. This is all very exciting. We've taken a rather long time to get here.
Right.
We'll get this.
You might need to switch to text.
Yes, yeah, I get it. I get you. Where's the bloody code gone? Ah, it is there. Right, okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Like this. Usual. This is going to be messy. Okay, let's see what that does for a start, and then we took our time, but we are now. Hang out. That's that. And then the other thing to say is that it's on YouTube as well.
You do posting this as ROTS Carruthers?
Yeah.
Nick North said, "Gentlemen, up Periscope, your boat is capsized."
Okay, so
Is it working?
is it working? We just don't know.
Okay.
So if we go to, so this is the experiment, is to say, so we're on here, yes, and what it should do, therefore, is my channel. Yes, so there's live now.
Yeah.
It's on the. So that.
Don't click it as well. You'll break the internet.
Will I?
I don't know.
Well, I might try it. See what you get, because then can you chat?
Is it working?
Is it working? And then can I? We just don't know.
Yeah, you get it slightly.
Oh no, I'm annotate it. No, I don't want to do that.
You get it slightly time lapse.
This is the experiment, is to say. Yeah. So we're on here, yes, and you can share your thoughts, I suppose. Is my channel.
Very good. That's not bad, is it?
Yes. So there's live now. Okay, that is working. My God, that was a bit long, wasn't it? But I've learned a new skill.
Okay, we're going to record the rest of our podcast.
Yes, I think we're allowed to do that now. Right. Unfortunately, that means that I can't see. Now, there's a few things you ought to. Have you ever done this before?
No.
Right. Well, there's a few things that should be available, which is sort of there's a chat here.
Yeah.
Group chat. But I don't know if anybody's allowed to put anything in there or not.
Viewer.
There's a viewer. Who are you? Doesn't tell you. So presumably we're going to have to be able to. What we'll have to do is day by day, if we use this on the road, I would like us to have a chat window so people can chat to us while we're doing it. Yeah. Obviously, a bit like we'll
go jump in the Baltic.
Yeah, exactly, or do something interesting or some of that stuff. But there's some nice tools on the side. Have you tried any of these before?
No. So
we can share screen. We invited someone in to be interviewed. Say someone back in London while we're in Flensburg. We can screen share with them, and we can share YouTube videos and and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we can grab screenshots. And there's even a sort of simple question and answer. Oh, that's disabled. But there's various tools to allow this to become a kind of group conferencing thing. So imagine we're in Kiel Harbour right? Or we're down in Kiel and we've got there.
On a flaky web connection.
Yeah, well, we'll go into a hotel or something, or we'll find connections.
Yeah.
It'll probably work reasonably well on 4G actually if we
Yeah.
get the right spots. And
But you need a laptop, I'm assuming.
yeah, oh
You
god,
can't really
yeah,
do that, or you can't really do it on a
yeah.
phone.
We're going to get a Chromebook or something like that, right? It's in the budget, mate. So let me start that again. Podcast. Boom, boom, boom. We do. I switch that on. I put it there. And we're back in the room. So now we're on Google Hangouts.
We are. With a still camera.
Yes, we are. So there's a chat window that we can have down the side. There's various tools we could have a chat. So if we could work out how to do that, this would be, I think this looks like a better tool for taking on the road and every day talking to fellow club members about where we are and what we're doing.
Periscope's good for kind of quick little.
I think it's for short, sharp. Look at this funny thing.
We're at the lock. It's amazing.
Yeah. Or,
this is more for.
Or look at my brawn.
Oh, head cheese.
Look at my brawn.
Head cheese.
That kind of thing.
No one who's watching this on here will know what head cheese is.
No, because
you have to listen to the podcast.
If they go back to Periscope, it should have uploaded
Only
an
for 24
archive.
hours, hasn't it?
Yes, and then it disappears.
Mm.
So yes, it's much more of a sort of quick hit. I'm here right now
Ephemera
for 10 minutes. Whereas this could be quite useful for the podcasts we do, for readings, any interviews that we do, we could capture with this. It does mean taking a laptop rather than just mobile phones, but I don't think that's a bad idea because we want to edit videos and stuff as we go along anyway. And a simple Chromebook with suitable memory will do this quite well. So I'm thinking this is probably the way to go for us once we've worked out how to do all the tools.
I like not having to hold up the camera.
Well, there's
That's
that.
the main thing.
That's
my main appeal.
Yeah.
Main appeal.
No,
to me.
I understand that. I understand that was an issue.
It was a bit. Watching that must have been like watching Gravity on a really low budget Gravity.
Yeah, but it shows you that that Hangouts is a very different concept to Periscope. Right? Immediately, you can tell that's a different thing.
It is. It's for quick things, or still, really, you've got a fixed camera.
Yeah, so I think we should use both. I think we should definitely use the Periscope for, as you say, oh look, there's a duck.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
and then
like,
this more for maybe
like
for
Instagram, isn't it?
More a summary of the day, or in the morning about where we're going to go.
Readings on here.
Well, the other thing you can do, obviously, is we can post YouTube videos from the day of scenes en route and people we meet to the channel, and then we can discuss them in a Hangout and share the YouTube movie.
Can you restrict access to the channel though? Yeah,
I think there are moderation tools. I can find out about that.
It might be interesting.
Yeah, I think there will be moderation tools about who can come in and who can comment and where the group chat is, and all that stuff. So I think that's quite obviously the most important tool of all.
Yeah.
This.
Oh, go on.
Is very good. Right, because if you've forgotten, if you've forgotten your hat, your sailing hat, you can just have one. How's that?
It follows you around.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
You're liking that?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I know it's only I get one.
That's good, isn't it?
I wear pince nez.
And then you can have one of those.
Brothers.
Is that better?
This is what the internet was invented for.
Yeah. And then you can have. You're looking more and more like Carruthers every day.
Very good.
What are we thinking?
I think that's good.
Yeah, I think we definitely want to take a snapshot of that one, don't we? Thank you very much. They're perfect.
I love the way I'm still drinking my water.
Yes, that's very
good. Moustache hangs over. Look.
Yes. Oh, hello. How did you do that?
Hey.
How did you do that?
Magic.
That was very good. So yes. It's back to you.
Oh, it's because of the glass. Look.
So we can download more of these and have more fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's. You can do a randomizer.
A randomizer? Is that you give me a soul beard? I don't want a soul beard.
Hmm? Okay. So obviously that's the most important function that you're going to need.
We're not taking this very seriously, are we?
No, but I think it is a way to show
it's possibilities.
what you can do. Okay.
Mm.
So what would be nice would be to be able to let people in here and chat. But I don't know how you do that as yet. But it means people can see us.
Mm.
Right. So to continue with the podcast,
Yeah.
there are a couple of other shopping items. Now, I have ordered from a Dutch shop some Villiger Kiel cigars.
Oh.
Yeah?
Cigars.
What's your problem with cigars?
I don't get cigars because people I know who smoke cigars are non-smokers. So my friend John, hello John, if you're listening, he often brings along a cigar to an event and he really enjoys them. But I because you're not supposed to inhale them, I always find it's a bit like sort of licking at an ashtray. I don't really understand the point of it if you're not going to inhale it. So I seem to spend an awful lot of time just kind of putting smoke in my mouth and blowing it out again. There doesn't seem to be any taste or enjoyment. And I see sort of Hollywood film stars on the covers of magazines with big cigars. And I'm like, what are you actually doing with them? Is it just an affectation?
They're compensating for something.
Well, they obviously compensate for something.
Not like me with my pipe. Look, you can actually see my pipe.
But the pipe, the whole point of the pipe is you have to inhale it. Otherwise, it's just.
I was thinking, by the way, that one of the sessions we could do on Periscope or this is a little pipe tutorial. When you bought yours, did you get a little tutorial?
I did get a little tutorial.
Yeah, so did I. And about how to pack it, clean it,
do it in layers,
light it properly,
correct the char layer.
So we could do little video tutorials.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
How to make grog, how to light a pipe, how to eat head cheese,
how to avoid eating head cheese if someone offers it to you without offending the guest.
That kind of thing. Do you think that's a good idea?
You've seen the head cheese, though.
It's actually not that bad.
It's good.
Give me the fork. I'm not going to prove to you. It's not that bad.
It's dog food.
No, it's all right. Look, it's quite moist. Oof. Look, it's perfectly nice. It's a sort of slushy pate. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it.
Horrible.
Perfectly fine. By the way, I did get the small hard pears, and I've got a sharp knife. If you want to,
let's try a small hard pear.
Would you like to do that? And meanwhile, why don't you sort out a pear?
Yeah.
Right. And also, I bought some Kronbacher beer because I thought if I'm going to make you eat head cheese,
I need to drink.
I might let you drink a beer. This is not a local Flensburger beer because I can't get hold of those.
We need to go to Zeitgeist, don't we?
Yeah, we do actually. Maybe we go with Grumbridge next week.
Yes.
Cheers.
It's gone a bit Peckham centric.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But we could finish there.
Right. So Google Hangouts, we think might work.
We like Google Hangouts.
Okay.
Do you want to finish? Do we want to do more podcasts? We've got club business still on the podcast.
No, we do need to do some club business, and in fact, it'd be quite nice to do that here.
Yeah, it would.
So I will
have a little hard apple.
Oh, it's quite hard. Actually, that's quite nice. I made with a glass of schnapps. That would be perfectly acceptable, I would think.
Oh.
Okay. So, in the mailbox,
we had a lovely email from someone, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not. Hold on a minute. What are you doing here? I had a couple of other things to say about cigars actually before you went on your rant.
I had my little rant.
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason I want to do the Villiger Kiel ones was because they're called Kiel, but unfortunately they're Swiss. But they are of the period, and they have rather nice little filters on them made from goose quill.
Made from goose quill.
Yeah, they were the first cigars, European cigars, to have a bit stuck on them for you to smoke from. What do you call that? Not a filter, because it's not a filter, a holder of some sort, basically.
I don't know what you call it.
And they were made from goose quills.
So you like smoke down there?
And Kiel is the German for quill. Did you know that? There you are. You see. There you are.
K-I-E-L.
Yeah. So
minor information.
Exactly. So you can get goose quill cigars.
Okay.
I thought you might like that.
I would like that.
You'd be quite interested in that.
As long
They're
as
sort of cigarillos.
As long as I was allowed to inhale.
They're Swiss in origin, but they're actually manufactured in Germany, so they kind of count.
Will these come with goose quills?
Yeah, 1907 it says the Villiger Kiel. So it's contemporary. It's a contemporaneous cigarillo. I never thought I'd say that.
Some?
Yeah.
And they come with a goose quill.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all over that.
Well, they are then.
Yeah. I take back my cigar rant.
Thank you very much.
The most cigarillos though, not cigars.
They are. Well, I thought that was more manageable. Mm. The most popular brand in Germany, Dannemann.
Dannemann cigar.
Dannemann. So I've got some of those as well.
Where's it from?
They are from Brazil, but they're made for the German market, right? And interestingly, this guy, given our conversation last week about people changing their names.
Yeah. Double agents.
All that stuff, and how we frowned upon it, right? Geraldo Dannemann.
Yeah.
Right? Geraldo Dannemann was a German-Brazilian entrepreneur and the founder of the Dannemann Cigar Factory.
Yeah.
Right? He'd worked in the Bremen tobacco city.
Yeah.
He'd worked in Bremen in the tobacco. He emigrated in 1872. Mm-hmm. Changed his name from Gerhard to Geraldo to become more Brazilian.
Geraldo Dannemann.
Goodbye, Gerhard. Hello, Geraldo.
He stayed at Dannemann.
Yeah, get the German bit, yeah. Opened in 1873 and in 1889 became the mayor of the city. By 1910, he had 4,000 employees. Big cigar man, German cigar man.
Geraldo.
Nice character, don't you think?
Yeah, very good.
But yet another German who goes off to be Brazilian.
Yeah, but all our Germans in our book are not pretending to be anyone else, are they?
There's some Germans who end up in South America, aren't there?
We're not going to talk about that. That's another period of history.
Yeah. Anyway, so 2 little cigar asides there for you.
Yes, very good.
Club business.
Yes.
We've got quite just the mention of the Kiel Canal. The mention of it from you and your talk about it.
Yeah.
Got several people going.
Okay.
Which I was very
I don't think I've seen these yet.
Well, you'll be pleased with this, you see, because there were a number of people who wanted to talk about that. One of them was, of course, let me just find this. There's a clothing issue here, which I think would be good, from Kevin. Oh no, it was in the comments section, wasn't it? I beg your pardon.
On the website?
Yes, I beg your pardon. We asked if anybody had experience of the Kiel Canal.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
Oh, you see. Yeah, so. Here we go, Tony Fuel. Tony's back, right?
Hello, Tony.
Our experience of the Kiel Canal, which we did in both directions, was quite exciting.
The moment, of course, you're staring right down the camera.
Yeah, I know. I know. What are we going to do about that?
It's quite weird, isn't it?
We'll have to do something about that.
Yeah. Okay. Our experience of the Kiel Canal, which we did.
I'm going to have to get very focused.
You asked about the great gates of the Kiel end. These are tucked away up a quiet, tree-lined, almost rustic side channel.
The piece is shattered every now and then as the gates open and 1 or 2 enormous ships emerge from the docks with engines throbbing and deck lights blazing, gaining speed to make the turn down the fiord and heading for the open sea. But overnight, the area is quiet, and we spent a pleasant enough evening there, rafted up to another local yacht, waiting for the gates to open in the morning. So that's very atmospheric, isn't it?
So go to the website.
He says the gates are indeed very big.
Yes.
Yeah. And you are harangued by the lockkeepers through loudspeakers to get in. Herein, Achtung, all that stuff.
I turned around and looked up to the enormous bows of a big freighter, which was slowing to a halt a few feet behind us. Fortunately, it stopped in time. Blimey.
It's good, isn't it?
That's good stuff.
Now, it's Tony who says, as I remember, there is a towpath along the canal, so it might be possible to cycle along it. But I would caution you to get permission for this first, as Germany is much less tolerant than England regarding the minor breaches of access regulations. So there might be a little bit of admin to be done there.
Yeah, we might have to check that.
Yeah. And the place to stay would surely be Rendsburg.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that.
Thanks, Tony.
That's quite good. Now, we've also got Patrick here.
Yeah.
Almost 50 years ago, I crewed aboard a yacht sailing from the Solent to Finland via the Kiel Canal. 50 years ago.
Solent to Finland?
Yeah. Yes, the locks were impressive, and the large seagoing vessels we had to share them with were intimidating. But being a keen young sailing enthusiast, I found the passage under power through the canal itself rather dull.
That's because you can't sail.
That's right. Periodic blasts of noise from screaming jet engines as thrill-seeking German Air Force pilots buzzed the canal at low level. That could be fun.
That could be interesting.
I think the planes were starfighters, made famous by the number of crashes. Okay. In those days, all the charts of the Baltic showed extensive minefields.
Yeah.
And vessels, even yachts, were recommended to navigate within the swept channels. Minefields?
Well, only 20 years after the war, I suppose, isn't it?
There can't be any left now.
Well, that was 50 years ago. So
Okay.
We're not planning to go out into the Baltic, though, are we?
Well, if we get the opportunity, we will, surely.
Well, if someone offers us a trip
Into the minefield.
the minefield to Finland.
Yes, we say yes. Look, and it goes on. Tony then.
Tony's got more
if you
stuff.
go to riddleofthesands.net and look at the comments section, you will find this interesting conversation here about people who've been to the Kiel Canal.
It was on the 9th podcast post, wasn't it?
Yes, they're on the night. Yes,
Yes.
and there's lots there. Too much to read out right now, but it actually gives a
Really
really
good stuff.
flavour.
And we should thank Tony and Patrick. You know, it's really good stuff.
That is very, very good.
Yeah.
Now, you had a conversation with Martin Mackerel.
Yes.
You want to tell us about that?
Well, Martin got in touch with us. He's just got to come to the ROTS website. He came to us via Arthur Beals, the Chandlers, which we've talked about quite a lot.
Yep.
And he's a marine artist. I'm just reminding myself now, looking at it.
Yes.
Currently researching the Dulcibella with a view to producing a painting of it. Painting of her, I'd say, sailing through the Frisians, which is rather cool. And he did an illustration of her for the Yachting Monthly book at Bunk Time series.
Did he send you that?
No, he didn't, but we should get hold of it. But he's going to come along to the... Oh, and it was bought by Maldwyn Drummond. That was the thing about this. So he did the sketch, and the original was bought by Maldwyn Drummond, who wrote the book, The Riddle, that we've been using quite a lot to talk about the Dulcibella.
The circle is closed.
The circle is closed. So it's all good stuff. And he's going to come along to the film night on the 2nd of July.
With his painting?
And his wife. I would love to come with my wife to your film showing at Arthur Beals in July and meet you both. I wondered if you might like me to bring along the preliminary painting.
Might like it.
Just a bit, Martin.
Might like it.
That'd be awesome.
How brilliant.
Yeah, imagine seeing a painting that somebody's got hold of it through. This is this project writ large, isn't it? Someone's found us online via the website. Yeah, via Arthur Beals. They're going to come along and meet us. They're doing a painting of the Dulcibella. It's brilliant. It's
perfect, isn't it?
It's very, very good indeed.
Perfect.
We've had a couple of nice links from Kevin Butler.
Yes.
A picture of the Flensburg Steamboat Pavilion, which is really good. I'd recommend you look at that picture, actually. I might even just bring it up and put it in the blog post, because I didn't even know there were steamboats at Flensburg.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking.
I'm thinking timetables.
You bloody well are, aren't you?
Timetables. Could you get a steamboat from...
I didn't know.
Steamboat from Flushing around.
Oh, no.
But anyway, but it's a brilliant picture. It's a lovely picture of presumably where we're going to be, where they would have taken us out.
Yeah.
The quayside.
Wow.
Which is good stuff. So
very good.
Thanks to that from Kevin.
Yeah.
That's all
in the comments section. It's Martin talking about the painting again. Oh, Patrick had some more stuff, actually.
Oh, he had sent a copy of the book, a Bunk-Time illustration.
Oh, perfect.
So you're into rotscarruthers@gmail.com.
Okay, so then we will get that onto the blog.
Yeah.
Pronto. Very good.
Patrick sent us some more about going through Rendsburg.
Yes.
Yes, we've got.
This is quite funny, actually. I remember him talking about this. He said, "I'm sure I remember the yacht's owner insisted on an engine oil and filter change before setting off in the morning. Probably worried about running at near full throttle for several hours, 2 days running. He had a system of grading the difficulty and nuisance of every job on the boat. The oil change was rated triple bugger. Later on in the cruise, I had to go up the mast in a bosun's chair to fix a broken MF radio aerial connection, and this was rated only a single bugger job.
Yeah.
So I felt...
Setting up this Google Hangout was a triple bugger.
That's very good. So I think we should use that ranking system.
So single, double, triple bugger.
Yes, for various tasks. I think that could be quite good. So on the email, therefore, I should, if I switch to my email, have...
So Martin, Bryony Mackerel.
Oh, yes. This is the watercolour. Okay. He sent me a watercolor. Right, we're going to get that on the blog.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Now look, Kevin Butler sent me a fantastic
what
picture.
Is that?
Did you not see this?
No, I haven't. Because I don't see the ROTS Brothers emails.
Right, so Kevin Butler, he's researching for the club. God bless him.
He's the one who's
well researching from the club.
Yeah. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, came across this. This is the Weast Inselbahn.
It's a railway.
It's a railway that goes across the island.
Sea.
The first motorised island railway of Germany was a 2.8 kilometre long metre gauge single track line connecting the East Frisian island of Juist across the mud flats, which lasted from 1898
He doesn't mention this.
to 1982.
He doesn't mention this in the book.
No, he
He
doesn't.
doesn't mention there's a sea railway.
It's not on the charts. It's not on the charts, is it? Because it will obviously be in the way. Can you get across it
In
at high tide?
1898, a horse tram began.
Right.
In June the following year, the first petrol-powered 12 HP locomotive Rickleaf.
Right. Second loco.
Adolf.
Adolf. The loco was called Adolf.
It's called Adolf.
This is a brilliant story, Kevin.
Kevin,
Well done.
You win the week's mailbag prize.
Yeah, that's
superb.
That's a post in itself.
Yeah, we're gonna nick that for a post.
Yeah, there's no question. Now he's talked about clothing as well in detail. I thought I'd have a go with helping on the clothing mission, whilst the mission itself related to what Carruthers buys. Blah blah blah. Yeah, he says here. Question: are cricketing and boating flannels interchangeable?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. You've got to pack at least a pair for the adventure itself. He's probably right. Due to my wife's interest in clothing history, we do have a mini library on clothing through the ages. But there are several things of interest about men's clothing in the period. One frequent comment was that men's fashion changed slowly, so I've gone back as far as 1880 to try and get a feel. He's given us loads of stuff.
Good stuff, Kevin.
Yeah, but now, so he's talking about knee breeches, Norfolk jackets we knew about, increased use of tweed. I'm not unhappy with that.
Wouldn't be knee breeches in 1890.
Well, I'm sorry, but he's saying it's there. It's here during the 80s. It's back to the 80s. It's an 80s revival. 1880s.
1880s, yeah.
The Evolution of Fashion by Margot Hamilton Hill. It's got here, country wear, Norfolk jacket again. Yes. 1890, hair was parted either in the middle or at the side, or brushed straight back, and walrus moustaches and clipped side whiskers grown to link up. By 1900, the younger man favours a smooth-shaven face, innocent of moustache and side whiskers.
Innocent of moustache.
This is good, isn't it?
Good stuff.
Right? So, as all members of the ROTS Adventure Club will know, the Cunningtons are beer moths in the costume world. Gosh, this is... And now he's talking about alpine hats, aquatic shirts, blazers, box bottoms, cake hats.
We need to turn all this into a post.
Yeah. Well, I think we do need to do some dressing up. We do need to do some dressing up. Now, right at the bottom, here's a thing. Where was it? He really took me by surprise. It's a long email. A dolman.
A dolman?
Yeah. Actually a woman's garment, but couldn't leave it out. 1870s, 1880s. A mantle with a sleeve cut all in one with the side piece hanging loose, sometimes in the form of a sling. In the bustle period, the front had hanging mantle at ends, and the back a full basque tied to form a puff over the bustle. Yeah, he says, frankly, I'm none the wiser. Yeah, I think that goes for all of us.
Neither of us there, Kevin.
But it's a dolman.
So maybe it's a bit of a... Is it a bit of a nasty kind of... Is it like giving someone the name?
No, he's a doll man.
All right,
Don't you think? It's just he's a puppet.
Yeah.
He's a puppet.
Oh, yes.
I think that's all that's going on there. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
I don't think I can.
So I think that was Kevin. And then Phil Spears. He asked about the Kiel Canal. He sailed through the Kiel Canal. Phil Spears. By crew.
The world's longest bench.
Yes, you see, he's got facts.
A 501 metre long seat on the north side.
Yeah.
Half a kilometre long bench.
Yes. The last remaining degaussing frame for ships. Degaussing is where you anti-static it, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Is that right? I think it is.
I don't know. I thought it was a photo.
Yes, to degauss to avoid them setting off magnetic mines. It's when you make them sort of yeah. The aerial transfer bridge, I've seen pictures of that. All the 14 ferries crossing the canal are free to cars as well as pedestrian cycles. That's good for us, since obviously we're going to be doing this at the lowest cost possible.
Yes.
Given our fundraising attempts so far. The articles has enhanced my reading of one of my favourite books. He mentions this, The Shadow of the Sand, Sam Llewellyn. We've been in contact with Sam.
We have been in contact with Sam. He runs a rather lovely literary quarterly called the Marine Quarterly, which is basically a set of essays about sailing. And he's asked us to write something for him.
I know my friend Surrey is a friend of his.
Oh, okay.
Apparently. Small, and I'm going walking with him on Thursday.
Small world.
Small world, small gentleman's world.
Isn't it?
Yeah, small white public school gentleman's world. Yes, indeed it is. And any other club business. I don't think there was anything on Facebook in particular. Anything on Twitter?
No, not much.
Well, there's a load of people probably telling us how rubbish our streaming is.
That's basically me and you tweeting each other.
Yes.
Nick North. Up Periscope, your boat is capsized.
Yes. Well, we get it. There is. I was interested to see that Ian Singe, or Singh, I don't know how you pronounce that, Ian, sorry. Yeah. He said he's finding this all very useful, but in particular,
Lady Nicotine.
Yes, very useful for his work. Yeah. Why would the book Lady Nicotine be very useful for your work?
Ian, we need to know more, I think.
That's quite intriguing, isn't it? Say, yes, that's perfect for my job. What would we thought?
Maybe he's a tobacconist.
I find that a bit curious.
Yeah. That's very good.
Okay.
So what are we doing for next week then?
Missions for next
Missions
week.
for next week. Next week we arrive in the North Sea, don't we, for the first time?
No, mate. You got this so wrong. Wrong. Missions for next week is to spend 2 whole days getting through the canal.
On the canal.
So we've got a bit of a break. We're on a break. We're being rowed along by by Carl, isn't it?
Carl, yes, I can't remember what his boat's called.
The Johannes.
The Johannes, that's right.
And the boy is doing all the work, and they're just sitting in there, right, doing the thing with a bottle of schnapps. We've got 2 days sitting on a boat with a bottle of schnapps, looking at the vast plain of Holstein, grey and monotonous, under a pall of mist. That's all we're doing. On 2 days, we travelled slowly up there.
Right. So they don't get out until the 5th of October.
Carl shall steer us both,
in the late afternoon of the second day after Tiller reached the Elbe at Brunsbüttel and ranged up in the inner basin.
Carl shall steer for us both, he said, and we will stay warm in the cabin. Now, what we will be doing is discussing the Kaiser.
Oh, are we?
Well, we'll have to. Look, they talked about, basically just talked about the thrusting, this thrusting empire. Isn't it splendid, said Davis. He's a fine fellow, that emperor.
He's a fine fellow.
Yes. And he goes on and talks a lot about how brilliant Germany is.
Yeah.
He also talks about how everybody should be in the naval reserve. Pretty much everybody.
Which was a big campaign of his friend, who we talked about last week, Harrington Smith.
Well, I'd quite be interested to know about naval reserves. Funnily enough, I know a bloke who sort of helps out with the territorial army around here, recruiting young men.
It's not called the territorial army anymore.
No, it's called the reserves. So I'm wondering whether there's an interview to be had about what goes on. That's the army rather than the navy, of course. I'm going sailing.
You are hopefully going sailing tomorrow, aren't you?
Yes.
Are you definitely going?
Apparently so.
Okay. Was the weather all right? Because I was supposed to go on Friday, and it was stormed off.
Well,
you can report back on that then.
Yeah. So I'm going sailing, and I think generally we're going to have to talk about German imperial ambitions, aren't we?
We've done that quite a lot, haven't we? We've talked a lot about that.
We are. I suppose so. Otherwise, it's
quite dull, isn't it?
Well,
dull section.
I'll tell you what I've been thinking. I'm thinking there's a whole load of things that we've said we'll do over the last 10 podcasts, like go shooting.
Oh, we haven't done it.
Talk to the woman who's got the Lancaster notebook.
Yeah, we need to follow up.
I think maybe there's a bit of a clear up session here of saying, well, all those things we said we'd do, we should get on and do them, shouldn't we? And review.
Let's have a review.
Let's have a review.
Let's have a mid-term review.
Let's have a regatta. A review. No, a naval review.
A naval review. Like a Brassey's Naval Annual.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll do that.
By the way, did you know it's this week is Kiel Yachting Week?
Is it?
It's the world's biggest yachting regatta, I believe, in Kiel right now.
Right. We're here.
Yeah.
In your loft.
I know. Useless, isn't it?
It's not good.
So I think we should just basically wrap up and think about all the things we said we'd do so far. People that are listening out there, if they're interested, tell us
what we should be doing.
What we should be doing for the next 2 days. Get us out of our cabin, because either we were going to be with a bottle of schnapps and a very small and hard pears for 2 days. Before parting for the night, it was arranged that next morning we should lash alongside the Johannes when the flotilla will... Flotilla? Shall I try that again? Before parting for the night, it was arranged that next morning we should lash alongside the Johannes when the flotilla was marshalled for the tow through the canal. Carl shall steer for us both, he said, and we will stay warm in the cabin. Ahoy, Davis.
One other thing on that. Sorry, I just remembered. You know what keeps them warm?
What?
The Ripping Hill stove. They move it into the cabin.
Ah, the return of the stove.
The return of the Ripping Hill stove.
The return of the stove.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but it was an old friend returning.
Yes.
But
the return of the stove.
Ahoy, Carruthers.
You're used to it, and now you're going to make me edit that.
No. In
a really messy way.
Yeah. Well, this the whole thing's going to be we're going to challenge, right?
God, blimey. Well, ahoy, Davis.
Ahoy, Carruthers.
Well, next time we do this, next time we do this,
that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah. Next time we do this, we will get this tool so that people who are trying to watch us can also chat to us, so that we can make this an open thing.
Well, maybe that's what we should do next time for the podcast.
Yeah.
We should just make it a totally interactive thing.
Well, I don't like that idea, because then it makes the editing of the audio much more difficult. So we do need to have a concentrated moment when we're allowed to do our podcast.
Yes.
And a moment when we interact with the audience. Because if we try and do both, we'll be rubbish at both, as we've just proved.
So boring.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good night, everyone. If there's anyone
thank you for tolerating this experiment. We will get better at this, but I think it will give you we will. We've already got better at podcasting, I think.
Yeah.
We're going to have some more beer and brawn. We will get better at this, and as we get better, you'll see that it'll be worth supporting us. That's what I'm hoping. Oh well.
I'm just texting the wife.
Yeah. All right then.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.